Remember that we, along the year, we have seen several kinds, depending on the grammatical function of personal pronouns. And most of them correspond to similar functions in English. See? Remember, we have personal pronouns for the function of subject. And those are the ones that you learn at the beginning of Spanish 1, right? Yo, tú, usted, él, ella, nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, ustedes, ellos, ellas. And these pronouns are always going to be subject pronouns. See? Remember that we saw direct object pronouns as well. And these substitute the direct object, the object that receives directly the action of the verb. See? For example, when you say, I pick up a car, I is the subject, pick up is the verb, a car is the direct object. So when we substitute a car and we say I pick it up, that it is our direct object pronoun. See? And this is how we substitute our direct objects in Spanish. Me, te, lo, la, depending whether it's masculine or feminine, nos, os, los, las. So remember, if instead of a car we say the cars, I pick up the cars, in English we are going to say I pick them up. In Spanish, yo los recojo, substituting los carros. Indirect object pronouns. Remember, indirect objects are the object in a sentence that receives the indirect action of the verb. Is the one who benefits or does not benefit from the action of the verb. So if my son left that car around and I pick it up for him, he is the indirect object, right? I pick up something for someone. That someone is going to be our indirect object, the recipient of the action of the verb. And remember, the first person and second person, both singular and plural forms, are common to the direct object and the indirect object. And the reflexive as well, because it's actually either a direct object or an indirect object, right? Muy bien. Remember that we had also se when the indirect object le is followed by a pronoun starting with L. And we're going to see some examples later. ¿Sí? Muy bien. Repitan. Get ready to repeat. Indirect object pronouns. Me, te, le, se, nos, os, les, o se. And then remember our reflexive pronouns, which are both for direct object and indirect object forms. Remember, reflexive verbs are those where both the subject and the object are the same. So the subject is the recipient of the action of the verb, either the direct action of the verb or the indirect action of the verb. Right? So instead of picking up a car for my son, I'm picking up that car for myself. Right? That would be a reflexive indirect object. If I fall and I say I picking myself up, right? I am the same, the subject and the direct object are the same. So we would have a reflexive direct object pronoun. See? And we're going remember that we have many examples in the book. See? Repeat after me, same forms for the first and second persons. Me, te, se, and remember it's always se. It doesn't change depending on the direct object. It's always se. Nos, os, se. And then remember our pronouns after prepositions. Remember, some of them are exactly the same as our subject pronouns in form, but they are not going to be the subject because they come after a preposition, right? So they're going to be some kind of circumstantial object. See? Muy bien. And remember also with preposition con, we have two abbreviations. Conmigo, contigo. Con mi and con ti would be incorrect. Muy bien. Repitan. Mi, para mí. Ti, a ti. Usted, con usted. Él, por él. Ella, con ella. Nosotros, para nosotros. Nosotras, a nosotras. Vosotros, con vosotros. Vosotras, por vosotras. Ustedes, con ustedes. Ellos, para ellos. Ellas, por ellas. And remember, we just learned the pronoun se used with impersonal expressions. So when you see se, we have already learned 3 of the uses of se. It could be in an impersonal expression. And remember, there's not going to be a known subject. It could be a reflexive verb. And remember, you're going to know because both the subject and the object are the same. And we have also seen the change of le into se when it's followed by lo, la, los, las. So if you pay attention, they're going to be easy to recognize, right?